My sister-in-law gave a speech at my wedding reception and told 200 guests that my husband had proposed to her best friend 8 months before he proposed to me. She said it into the microphone. I already knew. And I had already handled it before she opened her mouth. Let me back up. Ryan and I met at a work event in March 3 years ago. He was funny and direct, and he called me the next morning. Not 3 days later. Not a week later. The next morning. We dated for a year and a half before we moved in together. Another year before he proposed. His sister Dana and I were never close. She was friendly enough at family dinners. She remembered my birthday. She asked about my job. But there was always something underneath it, like she was tolerating me while she waited for something to change. I never said anything to Ryan about it. She was his sister, and I was not going to be the person who made him choose. When we got engaged, his whole family celebrated. His parents took us to dinner. His cousins threw us a party. Dana hugged me and said she was so happy for us and that she had always hoped Ryan would find someone like me. I smiled and said thank you. 4 months before the wedding, my friend Cass texted me a screenshot. She had found it on a private Facebook account belonging to a woman named Shelby. Shelby and Dana had been best friends since college. The post was from 2 years ago, right around the time Ryan and I moved in together. It was a long post. Shelby wrote that Ryan had told her he loved her and wanted a future with her, and then 2 weeks later ended things and started getting serious with a woman from work. She said Dana had been devastated on her behalf. She said Dana had tried to talk Ryan out of it, and he had refused to listen. The post had 43 comments. Dana had commented 3 times. I read the whole thing twice. Then I went and sat with it for a few days. I did not confront Ryan right away. I thought about how to handle it carefully. On a Tuesday night, I made dinner. We sat down, and I told him I needed him to tell me about Shelby. He went completely still. Then he told me everything. They had dated for 5 months. He had thought he was in love with her. He ended it because he realized he was not. And 2 weeks after that, he and I had our first real conversation, and everything shifted. He said he should have told me. He said he was sorry. He said he did not know Dana had been involved the way she had. I asked him one question. I asked him if it was over and if it had been over completely before anything started between us. He said yes, without hesitating. I believed him. I still believe him. I did not call Dana. I did not bring it up at any of the pre-wedding events. I sat across from her at the rehearsal dinner and talked about centerpieces and let her refill my water glass and said nothing. I had already told Ryan what I knew. I had already told him that if Dana tried anything at the wedding, he needed to handle it immediately and completely. He said he would. She waited until the 3rd toast. She took the microphone after his college roommate sat down. She said she wanted to say a few words about love and honesty. She said real love meant no secrets. She said she hoped Ryan and I had built our relationship on a foundation of complete truth. Then she looked directly at me and said she thought the guests deserved to know that 8 months before Ryan proposed to me, he had been planning to propose to her best friend Shelby, and that some people at this table knew that and had chosen to stay quiet. 200 people. Ryan stood up before she finished the sentence. He walked to her, took the microphone out of her hand, and said clearly into it that this was not the place and that she needed to sit down. Dana started to say something else. Ryan said her name once, quietly, and she stopped. He turned back to the room and said that he and I had talked about everything that mattered and that there was nothing in our relationship that was hidden from either of us. He said he was sorry for the interruption. He thanked everyone for coming. He put the microphone down and came back to me. I was already picking up my champagne glass. Dana left 20 minutes later. She did not say goodbye. His parents called her that night. I know because Ryan's mom told me the next day, right before she apologized to me directly and without any excuses. Ryan called Dana the day we got back from our honeymoon. I was in the next room. I heard him talking for about 40 minutes.